I spend a lot of time travelling. So from a work perspective, I have people that work out of Adelaide, also Perth and also Brisbane. Therefore, I'm also often in Melbourne, overseas, in Asia and also over in the States. So I travel a lot for business. I work with a lot of different clients at different levels within organisations. So on some fairly big projects, different between strategy to operational business analysis. So I spend a lot of my time understanding where other people are at and trying to help them with the knowledge that I've got. So my lifestyle is about travel. I live out of suitcases. I find it hard to stay fit, to stay organised, to focus on one company and then the following day change completely into another company, a totally different project, a different challenge. I came to Recalibrate because I was travelling a lot down in Melbourne. It's freezing cold down here and it's not exactly a place that I'd like to do a bit of running. I also had some injuries that had come from some running and activities that I'd done beforehand. So I wanted to stay fit while I was travelling. I tend to put on a lot of kilos when I travel a lot. And I was just looking for somebody to help me from a fitness perspective. So that's how Gary Wagner came up to help me from a rehab and a fitness perspective. So that's how it started to change though. Oh, a lot of differences. The personal trainers I've had in the past, I lost 20 kilos or just shy of 20 kilos 7 years ago, and that was a trainer that was about nutrition and about fitness, and the trainers that I had subsequent to that did have that balance of nutrition and fitness into them. So that was important to me. However, I was struggling to keep the weight off, but my trainers were always there for me to help me with strength and cardio activities, and nutrition as well. However, when I had an injury, then everything was sort of put on hold until I came back to being fit again to be able to keep going with the programs. So the difference between that and Calibrate is that Recalibrate gives me an opportunity that Gaz and the team are with me wherever I happen to be at the time. So whether physically I'm in another state, another country, we still do virtual sessions, but they know whether I've got a sore shoulder, whether I've got something that I might have done on the weekend stupidly, or incredible stress that I'm going through at work, or a high workload, or a client problem that I'm trying to get through mentally. So it doesn't matter whether it's a mental problem, whether it's nutrition because I'm sitting at conferences in another country like the United States with big meals, or wherever I happen to be, they're there for me, with me, working with me on whatever the challenges are in the next day, today, the next day, the day after. So that's the difference. But they've made a big difference to my capability to work with multiple clients at the same time. It's that mental change that's really enables me to go ahead leaps and bounds. When I joined Recalibrate just over a year ago, I had a supraspinatus tear in my shoulder, so I couldn't lift my arm up any higher than here. I now can, and I've actually got calluses at the moment because I'm learning to do rings. So I thought, I'd like to get back to do 5 kilometres run. And I've done a half marathon. I've done a 10K. I've done a Spartan trifecta. I've done a Spartan Expo in Texas, in US. I can now climb ring. I can do rings and I can climb a rope, which I could never do before. So from a fitness perspective, there's a lot of changes, particularly in flexibility, mobility as well. I used to run leaning forward. I now walk standing up and run standing up, which I thought was never going to happen. So fitness-wise, there's a lot of changes, but it's the mental change that's happened at work that has delivered. For me, we've had a 50% increase in revenue in the last 12 months. I've had a 30% increase in profit. I've doubled the number of staff that we've actually got on the team. I can handle 5 clients at a time without even really blinking. So despite the fact that my clients are in different industries, different projects, different challenges, I used to be able to handle 2 and I can now handle 5 without a problem. And we've now got so many staff and their projects that I can handle too. So it's that mental shift, that mental capability is where the biggest growth has been that I didn't expect.